Hello, my little lovelies, and welcome back to Slow Damage. So today we're going to try to get all of the endings for Ray. So the good ending, bad ending, and then we're going to go back to Kotarou, and I think that'll lead to an ending with him. I don't think he's one of the romance options. I just think he's like one of those like side ending things. So without further ado, let's get going. Whew. The sun had already risen, so we hopped into the shower together and got 2 good hours of sleep. Great. 2 hours of sleep. Oh my gosh. It wasn't much, but I slept like a log with no dreams plaguing me. That's nice. For me, this was pretty uncommon. Seriously, I couldn't remember last time I slept this good. Aw. When I woke up, Ray was no longer lying next to me. That's too bad. After using up all my strength in the fist fight and the sex, my body felt like lead. It took a few minutes before I could sit upright. As I stared down at my feet, head empty, I realized that something smelled good. Oh, Ray's cooking! I forgot that he likes to cook. Ray was probably cooking something. I slowly rose to my feet and left the bedroom. On the other side of the living room, I could see him with his back turned, bustling around the kitchen. Aww. The smoke was bright yellow-orange, swaying gently. The curtains were open and pale light streamed in through the windows, blinding me. Ray was frying something up in a skillet. He heard the door and looked over his shoulder.
Ah, Toa. Ohayo. もうすぐご飯できるけど、タクからもらったシュークリーム食べてて。
Oh, I'm not gonna eat the cream puffs. You like the cream puffs. You eat the cream puffs. I looked at the dining table and noticed the cream puffs sitting on a plate.
お前のは
Yeah, he needs to eat them. They're his.
さっき食べちゃった。
He answered in a chipper voice. I walked over to the table, pulled out a chair, and sat down. The clock on the edge of the kitchen counter indicated 9 a.m. It had been a long time since I woke up refreshed this early in the morning. I wasn't especially hungry, but I took one of the cream puffs and bit into it. Custard filling oozed out all over my fingers and onto the plate.
はい、お待たせって。
What? He walked over carrying a plate of food, but as soon as he saw me, his jaw dropped.
ちょっと、何やってんの？
I'm eating a cream puff?
何って言われた通りに。
Yeah, it was like he told us to do this when we're not supposed to. Set the plate of seeming hot French toast in front of me. He blushed and averted his eyes.
朝から甘い匂いさせないで。落ち着かなくなるから。
だったか。
もう。
Blushing beet red, he glared back at me, then stalked off to the kitchen. As I slowly worked on my cream puff, he brought more plates out to the table. As soon as the table was decorated with salad, sausages, fruit, and yogurt. Ugh. Breakfast. Oh, it looks so good.
量が多くないか。
Not really. I muttered to myself as I looked at all the food.
せっかくだからと思って。今日は特別な日だし。
Yeah?
いろんな意味で。
Smiling shyly, he set down 2 forks, 2 spoons, and 2 knives.
トワとのこともあるけど、もしかしたらこれが最後になるかもしれないから。
What?
だから食べきれなかったら残して。私、俺が料理を好きな理由ってみんなが喜んでくれるからっていうのもあって。
He's such a sweetheart.
美味しいものを食べて喜ぶのって男女関係ない。
I was like, not us.
とは違うかもしれないけど、美味しいふりだけでもしてくれると嬉しいかも。
We're kind of weird. With a smile, he went back to the kitchen and poured 2 glasses of orange juice.
食べよっか。
Yum. He sat down at the table and pressed his hands together. This might be my last time. In other words, he might lose his money match. Oh no! I picked up my fork and knife, had a bite of the French toast and put it in my mouth.
どう？
I chewed and swallowed before answering.
嘘でも嬉しい。ありがとう。
He beamed from ear to ear.
嘘じゃない。
He fell still and looked up from his plate.
今も前もだ。お前の料理でまずいと思ったことなんてない。
Oh, so now we're opening up to him. It was the honest truth of how I felt. Furthermore, his French toast was easily one of the best things he'd ever made for me. And since I normally didn't care about food at all, a normal person would probably find it completely divine. Oh, you're gonna make him cry. His face crumpled like he was on the verge of tears, but he swallowed it back and smiled.
ありがとう。
Aw. After that, we chatted aimlessly for a while. Normally, I would have stopped eating after a few bites, but today I ate a decent amount. During a lull in the conversation, Ray paused and looked up at me.
あのね、ドア。マネーマッチ。絶対に勝つから。だから、見てて。最後まで。
Okay. He spoke with firm intent. I nodded quietly. And he let out a sigh of relief, gazed back at me and smiled.
無事に戻ってくることができたら、絵を描いてね。あと、またエッチしようね。
Okay. His tone was bashful, but his words still carried a weight to them. I set my knife and fork down, looked back at him, and nodded once more. Okay. Give him something to look forward to, I guess. Oh. I stood at the clinic's side entrance. Then I pulled my phone out of my coat pocket and called Sakaki.
どうしたとは？
今日もレイの試合があるんだよな。
誰から聞いた？
本人だよ。
本人が見に来いって言ってきたのか。そりゃいいな。
観戦したい。
ああ、構わん。今日は23時からだな。22時に事務所に来い。
わかった。
じゃあな。
The call ended and I stuffed my phone back into my pocket. Then I unlocked the door and walked in. When I arrived back at my apartment, I pulled off my coat and sat on the sofa. Normally I would have turned the TV on, but I didn't bother. Instead, I leaned back against the sofa and looked at the ceiling. Huh? Who's there? Probably Taku. After a while, I heard the elevator doors open and someone walked out. Taku?
とは
Yeah.
戻ってきてるのか
Yeah, what's up? I heard Taku's voice, then the door opened. He walked in dressed in his white lab coat. Then he fixed me with a conflicted look.
レイにはあったか
Yeah, and we banged.
ああ、
Well, after we beat the crap out of each other.
様子はどうだった
Good.
タク、
I sat up straight and looked at him.
今夜、レイの試合がある。
Huh?
もし負けたら
戦う前から負けた時のことを考えるのか。
Yeah.
考えるだろう負けたらレイは
レイは今、命を懸けることで、ずっと憎んできた父親と、いつの間にかその言いなりになっていた自分と戦おうとしてる。それを止める権利は誰にもない。
Yeah. Unable to vent his frustration, he fell silent.
俺は試合を見に行く。
Hmm?
今夜23時からだ。来るなら連絡しろ。
He stared at the floor in silence for a long moment.
今は答えられない
Okay, bye. Muttering, he left the room. Yeah, that'd be really hard. It'd be really hard. Oh, am I doing my... After that, I killed time by doing art in my room until it was time to meet up with Sakaki. Wasn't I supposed to be doing an art piece of Ray because I did his Euphoria? I was just doodling rather than painting, but I filled the entire sketchpad. Jeez, man. By the time I ran out of room, it was still just 5 p.m., so I flopped down on the sofa and idled the time away by drinking and smoking. I don't feel like going anywhere. So I wasted my time staring at the kaleidoscope images flying by on the TV screen. It's a word you don't see very often. Just before 10 p.m. I rolled around. I left the building through the side entrance and headed to the Takasado office. Hello. When I arrived, I found a black car idling outside. The driver spotted me, rolled down his window, and informed me that Sakaki was already at the venue. In other words, I was on my own. So I hopped in the car. Oh, great person. Outside the window, the scenery rolled past in a blur. About 20 minutes later, we arrived at the hotel and parked in the underground parking lot. When I got out, I noticed someone standing in front of the elevator.
Yo.
Hi, Sakaki. Why did you not meet me at the office? Sakaki pulled his hand out of his pant pocket and waved at me with a smile.
待ってたぞ。試合が始まるまで少し話さねえか。
No.
こっちも話が。
Yeah, we need to get this debt off of Ray.
なんだ言ってみろ。
When I approached, he pressed the elevator call button.
タクが試合を見に来るかもしれない。その時は通してくれ。
Alright, that too.
ああ、村瀬の先生か。まあいいだろう。友人が命を懸ける生き様ってやつを一度は見ておかねえとな。
I feel like this dude would go psycho on me. He nodded pensively as he watched the elevator's progress on the screen. Then the doors opened and we walked in.
最近はな、とは。
What's up? The elevator quietly began to move.
マネーマッチに出たがる人間がすっかりいなくなっちまったな。
I mean, if they have one guy who's killing everybody, of course they're not going to want to do it.
まあ当然といえば当然なんだが誰だって死にたがねえからな。
Yeah, just say his debt's fine. Tell him not to do it
で
anymore.
少し前によ、出場予定だったやつが急に自殺しちまって穴が開いたんだ。その試合はもう公表してたもんで、最悪試合を中止にしなきゃならなくてよ。その時だ、泉の情報が入ってきたのは。最初は父親を試合に出すつもりだったが、よくよく調べてみたらデスマッチ好きの息子がいるってことが分かったんだ。しかも強いことで名が知れてるって話じゃねえか。
Wait, did you pull
マネーマッ
this?
チの選手としては申し分ないだろう。
Did you do this on purpose, Sakaki? You douchebag? At the first floor, the elevator slowed to a stop and the doors opened. Why are we on the first floor? Don't we have to... Sakaki walked out and I followed after him. Compared to the floor B1 with its dreary passageway, floor 1 was entirely different. No one would ever think this place led to a deadly cage match. He walked towards the casino area, then stopped and looked over his shoulder at me.
お前、泉を助けたいか？
Yes?
どういう意味だ？
I scrutinized him cautiously. Slowly but surely, he turned to face me.
ちょっとした提案なんだが、カジノで少し遊ばねえか？
No.
今からか。
ああ、せっかく来たんだしよ。シンプルに遊べるポーカーなんてどうだ？ 純粋に俺とお前との勝負で、お前が勝ったら金を払う。そうだな。3億出そうか。
Fixed me with a provocative smirk. 300 million, an amount equal to Ray's debt.
お前が俺に勝ったら、今日の試合でもし泉が負けたとしても、借金をチャラにしてやる。敗者の処分は試合が終わった後だからな。ただし、俺が勝った場合は、一つだけ言うことを聞いてもらおうか。
Okay, and what is that?
内容は？
勝ったら教えてやるよ。
Uh,
何？大したことじゃない。それに、お前が勝てば知る必要もなくなる。
I don't trust him. I nodded without hesitation. Alright, what? Alright, fine.
よし、それじゃ行こうか。
I mean, I guess we don't really care what happens to us, so... Please, he turned and headed off with a smile. but he owns this casino, which means he can rig it. Aw. The customers threw their money around, expressions shifting between hope and despair. Sakaki walked to an empty poker table and sat down. The dealer greeted us from the other side of the table. Yeah, he's so gonna... I sat down next to Sakaki. He pulled some casino chips out of his pockets and divided them between us. I don't like this. Okay, I'm gonna quick save. Alright, Sakaki. Let's do this. Hopefully it doesn't... Okay.
単純なやつがいいだろう。ルールは5カード、ドロー、ハウスルール付きだ。
Okay.
手持ちのチップは30枚。レイズ、ベッドの上限は5枚で、1ベッドにつきレイズは1回まで。参加料は1枚だ。
Key to winning poker? Getting under your opponent's skin, trying to bluster him. Yeah.
わかった。
進行はうちのディーラーに任せるが、問題ないな。
ああ。
I had already agreed to the terms of his little game, so I wasn't about to accuse him of foul play at this stage. Regardless of any unfair advantages he may have had, I was going to beat him anyway. The dealer took 10 cards from the pile in the center of the table, 5 for me and 5 for Sakaki face down. I hate playing poker. I'm just gonna say this right now. We both put in our ante of 1 chip.
それじゃあ始まるか。お前のベッドからでいいぜ。
ベッド1枚。
At this, he smirked.
最初は様子見か。まあ常識だな。俺はコールだ。
The next draw phase, Sakaki discarded 3 of his cards. Looks like we discarded 2. Then his smoke darkened slightly. I suspected he might have gotten some good cards.
しかしお前は本当に表情が変わんねえな。
You mean the
ま
motionless
た
face?
どうするんだ。降りるか。
1枚。
No.
まあ所詮だしな。挨拶代わりに1枚レイズといこうか。
Sakaki put 2 more chips in the pot. Then he looked at me probingly.
コール。
Likewise, I added another chip for a total of 8 in the pot. Next, it was time to reveal our hands. So he has 3 of a kind, and I have 2 of a kind. Nice. Sakaki had 3 of a kind, I had 1 pair. Yeah, my loss. Instead of looking at his cards, I looked at his smoke.
ああ、これは悪いな。だが、幸先のいいスタートだ。
You own this casino! Now Sakaki was up 34 chips while I was down 26. Next round started and we put in our ante.
ベッド1枚。
Ante? And I don't know.
Cool.
Oh. I dropped 3, he drops 1. During the draw phase, Sakaki's smoke darkened even more. He must have gotten a really good hand. Shot me a probing look, but I focused on my own cards.
それじゃあ3枚ベッドだ。どうする？とは先生。
Call me sensei.
逃げてばっかり言ったのもな。男のキレはこういう時に出るもんだ。だろ？
ネガティブ。ちょっと黙っててくれ。
I ignored his prodding and kept staring at my cards.
おいおい、男なら勝負に出ようぜ。
Shut up, Sakaki.
コールだ。
お、いいね。勝負だ。
Four, 8. The cards were revealed. He had a flush, and I had 2 pair. I'd lost again. Is that what the flush looks like? I don't even know.
悪いな。
He grinned in amusement.
今日はバカ好きだ。ちなみに八百長なんざしてねえからな。まだまだ勝負の途中だ。落ち込むなよとは。
ネガティブ。
Oh, a frustrated sigh. Sakaki was up 39 chips and I had 21. Now it's time for the third round.
5枚ベット。
He looked at me in surprise.
5枚そんなにいい手が入ったのか。
さあな。
He gazed at me, conflicted. Probably desperate to get a read on me.
こいつは怖いな。ほら降りる。
ポジティブ。男の器量はこういう時に出るもんじゃなかったのか。
時と場合によるな。本当の男ってのは状況を冷静に判断して現実的な選択をするもんだ。
As he folded, he lost his ante, putting him at 38 chips and me at 22. I don't know what all this means. During the fourth round, he started with 1 chip.
とりあえずベッド1枚だ。
レイズ5枚。
また5枚か。どういうことだ。
His expression was tinged with a hint of panic, and his smoke swayed restlessly.
ポジティブ。また逃げるのか。
調子に乗るなよ。ほら降りる。
Now that Sakaki had folded a second time, his chips were down 36 and mine were at 24. During the fifth round, I noticed him sneaking glances at me. Perfectly blank face, I put 5 chips down.
ベッド5枚。
Instantly, his face twisted in fury.
てめえまさかブラフじゃねえだろうな。
ポジティブ。コールしないのか。逃げてばっかりってのもな。
I echoed his words back at him and he plucked his tongue.
コール5枚。
We moved to the draw phase and Sakaki's wavering smoke darkened. I looked at him blankly.
5枚ベッド。
なんだと。
Gritting his teeth, he glared at me. After a moment of contemplation, he sighed and leaned back against the chair.
まあここは花を持たせてやるよ。
Chuckling, I purposely showed him my cards. Absolutely nothing of value. With a malicious grin, he leaned forward and glared at me.
この野郎いい度胸してんじゃねえか。
The smoke swelled and thrashed like it was about to attack me. I made a show of smirking at him, then leaned back against my chair.
ネガティブ。ポーカーってこういうもんじゃないのか。
Sixth round. Both of us were back at 30 chips, the amount we started with. He glared at me.
ベッド5枚。あんまり舐めてんじゃねえぞ。
レイズ5枚。
As I spoke, I smirked defiantly.
今度は降りねえ。コールだ。
There are now 22 chips on the pot. Heading into the draw phase, Sakaki discarded 1 card.
降りないのか。
His brow furrowed
つ
deeply.
つましく生きるのも賢明な判断だ。
やけに煽るな。何か意味でもあるのか。
別に。
クソくらいだ。ベッド5枚。
Now the pot was up to 27 chips.
残り19枚ならまだ巻き戻せる。降りても構わんぞ。
I'm not going to call it. Oh!
あ
Right. Oh! 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 The spray. Did I beat him? Did I? Did we? Did we win? I don't know.
コールはしない。
それでいい。コインはいただく。
レイズ、5枚だ。
The chair clattered as he leapt to his feet. His smoke contorted so viciously I could practically hear it screaming.
降りるか。
つかざく立ち狂った野郎だ。吠え面かくなよ。ゴールだ。
Confidently, he flipped his cards over to reveal. Oh, a straight. See, I can see that is a straight.
ストレート。どうだ？
Do I have a flush or a royal flush? Flipped over my cards very matter-of-factly, then looked up at him.
フラッシュだ。
Oh yeah, we do have a flush. Okay. Stared at me in shock.
妙に煽ってくるから豚なんじゃねえかと思ったんだが、余裕だったのか。
Yep. And that's how you play.
本当に読めねえな、おめえは。
That's how you play the game, man. That's how you play. He let out a heavy sigh.
いや、あんたは慎重だから挑発しても簡単には乗ってこないと思ってた。だから3ラウンド目にあんたが降りて、その後にいい手が回ってきた時は少し安心した。
One, I don't know what would have happened.
ってことは、お前も最後の最後にかけてたってわけか。
もちろん。
He stared at me, stunned, then his gaze shifted away. He chuckled and shook his head.
やれやれ。いつもならこんな荒っぽい書き方はしないんだがな。お前が食えないのは知ってたからよ。必要以上に慎重になりすぎちまった。そこを逆手に取られて見事に煽りに乗せられちまったってわけだ。さすがはあの人の息子だな。残り9枚じゃ負けたも同然だ。持ってけ。
Thanks. He tossed his chips in my direction.
お前の勝ちだとは約束した通り金は用意する。
Are we gonna go watch the fight now? I nodded and started to rise from my seat, but Sakaki raised his hand to stop me.
泉は地下2階の控室にいるが会いに行くか？
Yes.
いや、
Oh,
いい。
I guess not. I didn't want to break Ray's focus right before his big match. I rose to my feet and started to head for the elevator, but stopped.
どうした？
Sakaki looked at me suspiciously.
レイの父親はこのホテルで働いてるんだよな。
ああ、そうだ。
場所が知りたい。
場所？会いたいのか？どうだ？罵倒でもするつもりか？
ま、そんなところだ。
I guess. I don't know. At this, he smirked dryly.
借金がチャラになったってことは伝えるのか？
伝える必要が。
そうか。そうだろうな。でだ。従業員の居場所なんぞいちいち把握してなくてな。呼び出してやるから待っとろよ。
Okay. Pulled out his phone and placed. Oh.
下のやつがここに来る。泉を呼び出した部屋に連れてくからよ。俺は先に会場へ行ってるからな。
Tucked his phone into his pocket, then with a wave, he walked off. After that, a man in a suit arrived and escorted me into the elevator to floor B2. Then we walked down the same undecorated hallway Sakaki had brought me to last time. The man in the suit directed me to a side door, then left. Inside was a small lounge. A man was sitting on the sofa. As he hunched nervously into himself, I recognized him from behind. When I walked up to the sofa, he whipped his head around and looked at me.
あなたは。
When he realized it was me, Ray's father immediately relaxed.
例の友達の。家に帰ろうとしてたんですけど、急に呼ばれたから驚いちゃって。あなた、何か知ってます？
He smiled thinly. His boot-licking personality of his was probably ingrained in him over time.
これから何があるか知ってるか？
これから？ああ、そう。いきなり連れてこられて、何がなんだか。
レイの試合がある。
試合？
Just then he seemed to remember.
ああ、マネーマッチか。 レイが出場するってことですよね。
見に行かないのか？
At this, his eyes widened.
見に行く？私がですか？いやいや、私格闘技とかそういうものには一切興味がなくって。マネーマッチの参加も最終的にはレイが自分で決めたことですから、私ができることなんて何もな。
Before he could finish his sentence, I punched him in the face as hard as I could. Good job, Toa, finally. Good job. That's what I wanted you to do for a long time.
いきなり何するんですか？
Being a douchebag. I knocked him flat on his ass, clutching his cheek. He protested up at me from the floor. I looked down at him coldly, then grabbed him by the collar and hauled him up.
ちょっとやめてくださいよ。
いいから来い。
I'm gonna force him to watch? Okay. And so I dragged him out into the passageway by the collar. You're coming with me. We're gonna sit and we're gonna watch. As I opened the double doors at the end of the hall, we were engulfed in dense, humid air. The dome seats were almost completely filled. Sakaki was sitting on the VIP sofa. As soon as he laid eyes on us, he squinted dubiously.
なんだ、連れてきたのか。
Make him sit in the corner on the floor. I don't care. Ray's father took one look at Sakaki and stiffened. If I wasn't holding on to him, he probably would have bolted on the spot.
息子の試合を見たことがないらしい。
なるほどな。ま、いいんじゃねえか。
Sakaki smirked.
今日の対戦相手はすごいぞ。体重100キロ超えの大男でな。
Oh, God.
10連勝中だ。だから今日は観客の期待がいつもより大きいぞ。
I dragged Ray's father over to the sofa where Sakaki sat.
私はどうすれば。
Sit down and shut up, maybe?
もうすぐ始まる。黙
There
っ
we
て
go.
みてろ。
Sit down and shut up. Yeah.
はい。
Yeah. You act like a piece of furniture. Just sit there. He slumped his shoulders. A few minutes later, the arena lights went out. As eager, excited cheers of the crowd filled the stadium, two men walked up to the stage. Oh, hello. He was the giant, brawny man Sakaki had described. He looked like he was 10 feet tall. On the other side stood Ray. While he was by no means petite, he looked like a child in comparison. The two men walked to the center of the stage and sized each other up. The widescreen monitor displayed their names and faces, and then the countdown began. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go! The two men dropped into their fighting stances and began to shift around. Ray was the first to make a move, swinging a right hook at his opponent's face. It connected, yet the other man nearly sneered, and he raised his own massive fist.
聞かねえな。
Big guy was faster than he looked. Ray tried to dodge, but ultimately took a hit to the skull. Ugh. Staggered a few steps and regained his balance and looked up. A red line ran down his forehead. He wiped it away, back of his hand, then charged at the other guy. Oh, this is not gonna go well for him, is it? He unleashed a series of punches at his opponent's torso. They all connected, but the man's bulky body seemed to absorb all the damage. Can you knock him off balance, then get on top of him, maybe? I don't know, When Ray stopped attacking, the other man laughed and began his counterattack. Crossing his arms over his head, Ray adopted a defensive stance. With every punch to his arms or torso, he slid back an inch. Ray took punch after punch until finally he fell on one knee.
なんだよ。もう終わりか。
Staggering, he straightened up and glared at the other guy.
なわけねえだろ!
Oh, he has a popped blood vessel in his eye now. Roaring fiercely, he charged forward and crouched down. Then he attempted to jump up and kick the other guy in the neck. His His opponent dodged, but Ray seemed to have expected that. As his leg swung through empty air, he used the momentum to shift into a roundhouse kick. Boot connected the big guy's neck. But the other guy just grabbed his leg and flung him. Not doing too well, huh, Ray? Ray hit the floor hard and rolled away.
大したことねえな。
The man walked over to where Ray lay, then stomped hard on his stomach. Oh, poor Ray.
おれ、おれ。
He stomped again and again, making Ray grunt and flail.
どうなるかな。
When he finally stopped, Ray rolled over and curled into a ball. Torrent of blood and vomit left his mouth. Ew. Ew. As the crowd screamed, another man set his foot on Ray's head and slowly put... The other man set his foot on Ray's head and slowly put his weight on it.
ほら、どうした？
Ah.
立ってみろよ。
At this rate, Ray was going to lose. Everyone watching was convinced of it. I feel it in the air, and I could see it in their smoke. As for Ray's smoke, it was thin as morning mist. A stiff breeze could snuff it out. Truth be told, I noticed something off about his smoke ever since the match started. Despite his confidence that he was going to win, his smoke had indicated something else entirely. And now my suspicions were confirmed. At this rate... No! Don't let her new boyfriend die. That's not good. Just then a commotion rose up in one small section of the bleachers. I looked over and nothing could have prepared me for what I saw next. Is it... Oh, it's the girl... It's... Oh, I love them. I'm so glad they came. I don't know how they got in here, but I'm so glad they came. Junko, Honami, and Arata had broken past the security guards. That's... Here we go. And were running down the aisle. I could see Taku just behind them. I thought you were gonna let him in. The group pushed their way through the spectators all the way to the chain link fence at the front.
ちょっとやだ。なんなの？レイ、頑張って。レイ。
Try harder. I love you, Junko. I love you.
なんで倒れてるのよ。負けんじゃないわよ、レイ。レイ、起きて。頑張って。
Aw, he has the best friends.
レイ。おいおい、先生はともかくあんなのまで入れていいとは言ってねえぞ。
I didn't know. He looked at me scowling. The security guards attempted to peel the four intruders off the fence, but they put up a fight.
ちょっとやめてよ、触らないで。レイ、早く立って。私たちあんたを待ってるんだからね。レイが負けるわけないんだから。
I love these three. I love them.
レイ、勝つんだろ。
It wasn't clear whether Ray could actually hear them. But he reached up and pushed the other guy's foot off his head. Should we be calling down to him? I don't know. It's a little cliche, but should we? We're just sitting there. Then he slowly rose to his feet and wiped the blood off from his mouth. Breathing heavily, he glared at his opponent. Just then, a sudden impulse struck me, and I shouted, "Yay!"
やれ。
Oh, yay, we had an impulse again. Yay. Aw. Oh, now he's all red. Instantly, his smoke turned bright red, almost like it was on fire. Yeah, can't look bad in front of your new boyfriend. Oh, look at that. Bloodshot eye. With a roar, he charged at his opponent. At first, the other man endured Ray's attacks with ease, but partway through, his expression shifted. Jeez, Ray! As he continued to scream, Ray pummeled the other man with a flurry of punches. Toa must be getting a real kick out of this. Oh my gosh. Overwhelmed by Ray's onslaught, the man began to inch backwards. Ray's father mumbled beside me, his eyes transfixed on his son's life or death struggle.
レイ、頑張れ。負けるな。俺が悪かったんだ。だからこんな死ぬんじゃない。レイ。
Did someone grow a conscience? That's a little weird. Choked the words out at the top of his lungs. Blood dripped from his mouth as Ray continued his barrage. When his opponent finally lost his balance, Ray flung out another roundhouse kick aimed squarely at his face. Yeah, nose was broken. Jaw possibly broken. Yeah. Slammed into the side of his head, and with a grunt, he fell flat on his back. The stadium rumbled from the impact, and then was all quiet. Everyone was watching, waiting to see whether the big man was getting back up. But he lay perfectly still. Giant overhead monitors displayed Ray's face with the text, "Winner! Winner! Woo! Congratulations!" Instantly, the crowd exploded in cheers and whistles. Good job, Ray. Our boy won. As we were going down the good ending. Ray stared at the floor, swaying from side to side like he was about to pass out. And Artoa finally has emotions and acted on an impulse. Good for him. Douchebag father is still douchebag father for all the things he did. With an exaggerated sigh, Sakaki rose to his feet and walked to the door. I know Sakaki said that he wasn't going to let him die either way, but... Ray's father remained frozen, staring wordlessly at his son. Yeah, your son could kill you at any time, dude. His expression was painted with post-grief fatigue. Jeez, man. Oh, I love you three. Junko and Honami cheered as the security guards arrested them. Yay! You're getting arrested. That's for Urata and Taku. They were both too stunned to put up a fight, so they were led away. Oh, his friends are the best. Hi. Ray looked up at the spot where the four of them were standing. Then his gaze shifted over to me. I looked back at him without a word. Aww. He held eye contact for a moment, and then his bloody lips curled into a tiny smile. Oh, that's so sweet. That's sweet. Aww. That's so cute and sweet. That was cute. After winning his money match, Ray passed out in the waiting room and was taken to the clinic. Yeah, he needs to be patched up pretty bad. After that, he slept in the medical ward for close to 24 hours straight. Ugh. He had a cracked rib and his entire body was badly bruised, but he was in stable condition. That's surprising considering the dude was freaking stomping on his head, but... After the match, we learned that the Tako Sadagumi had disposed of the losing competitor. Of course they were going to. That's how they do. They weren't going to dispose of Ray even if he lost, but... Yeah. When Ray awoke, I was working on the first floor, but Arimura called me upstairs to the medical ward. Does my boy want to see us? There I found Taku standing at Ray's bedside. Aw, hi again. When Ray spotted me, he slowly looked over. Hi!
前にもこんなことがあったな。
Just a bit.
いつ?
You were here like last month.
桐原の時。
Yeah,
あ
last month. He smiled. So he got that debt paid off in a month. Good job. But this actually more like Toa got it paid off for him, but with a sigh of relief, Taku smiled and folded his arms.
体力の消耗が激しいが、ゆっくり休めば元気になるだろう。本当に心配させやがって。
ごめん。
What she said.
ありが
Bloodshot
とう。
eye.
タク。
今はとにかくしっかり体を休めるんだ。いいな。
うん。
それじゃ、俺は診察に戻る。有村君、少しだけトアの代わりに受付に入ってもらっていいか。
わかりました。
Took the guy you have a crush on. Suck it, Arimura. Even though you've done nothing really to make me not like
いろ
you.
いろと積もる話もあるだろうしな。とは。
Yes. He looked at me. I shrugged.
ま、ほどほどにな。
ああ。
Okay. So Taku and Arimura left the medical ward. After the door closed behind them, I looked back at Ray. Ray smiled awkwardly and looked up at the ceiling.
今、ちょっと頭がうまく回らないから。
Oh, that's no such.
慣れてる言葉遣いで喋っちゃうけど。
Being emotional is not girly.
いい？
That's fine. After all these years, his feminine cadence probably came second nature to him. I know, only Ray would ask my permission for something this minor.
気にするな。好きにしろよ。
Yeah, just talk like yourself, dude.
そっか。ありがとう。今回の試合でね、私、勝つ気ではいたけど、死ぬかもしれないって思ってたの。
I think when he's talking about like the feminine cadence, I think they're talking about like, because Japanese, kind of like French and Spanish, they have a lot of words that you can use like the feminine, quote unquote, feminine word version for it, or the masculine version. Kind of like when, because he uses watashi instead of boku or ore when referring to himself. So I think that's what he's talking about, is that he uses the more feminine ways of saying things than the masculine kind of gruff way of saying things. So yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. So I think. If I'm wrong, then whatever, but I did notice he says watashi.
死んだ
Said
ら、
boku or
と
ore.
わにもみんなにも会えなくなっちゃうからダメなんだけど。相当強い相手だったし、もしかしたら無理なんじゃないかって。
And they also talked about it in like Oren High School Host Club. No, the main character, Tamaki, what is his name? Tamaki says, at least in the Japanese one, she refers, I can't remember her name. Hang on. I love that show too, but I'm spacing on her name. The main girl, Haruhi. Yeah, that's what it is. Haruhi, she refers to herself as using word ore. And then Tamaki's like, don't talk like a boy. So yeah, I think that's what they're talking about. So yeah, because even though we're on high school, they mentioned that in the Japanese. I don't remember if they do it in the English. But in the Japanese, she refers to herself using the masculine way of saying it. So I think that's what Ray's talking about. Anyway, back to the thing, and you guys can not hear me talk about stupid things.
だから全力で戦った。勝つために。でもやっぱり相手がすごく強くて、辛くて苦しくて、途中でダメかなって思ったの。
Aww.
このまま負けるのかなって。でも声が聞こえたのよ。必死で私を応援し、それで
Oops,
ね、
sorry.
もう少し頑張れるって思ってたら、本当に不思議なんだけど、ほんの一瞬、時間が止まったみたいに周りの音が聞こえなくなって、トワの声だけが聞こえたの。
Aww.
レイって私を呼ぶ声。ああ、みんなが、トワが今私を見てくれてるんだって思ったら、絶対に負けられないって思って。そしたらね、ものすごい力が湧いてきて、それで勝てたのよ。あの瞬間、不思議だったな。
He closed his eyes like he was reliving it in his head.
あの時、名前を呼んでくれたのよね。
ああ、
He opened his eyes and beamed at me.
ありがとう。みんなにもお礼を言わなきゃね。
Yeah. We should let them know we're dating,
そうだな。
I think. I looked at him quietly for a moment.
今回の試合、お前の父親も見てた。
I don't care about that person.
そうだったの。
Why would I care? Why would I care about that person? douchebag that kicked me out and called me a freak and all these terrible things. He muttered in an emotionless voice and looked at the ceiling. Why would he care?
最後の方はお前に声をかけてた。
Yeah? Yeah.
全然聞こえなかった。
Because he was doing it
なん
very
て言ってた
quietly.
の？
死ぬなって。
Aw. It's kind of sweet, but at the same time, I don't like the man at all. He still caused so much pain and suffering to poor Ray. I don't like him. I mean, I love Ray, but I don't like his dad. Ray stared at the ceiling in silence for a moment.
そう。
His voice was flat, but from what I could tell, it was steely. The smoke was calm, too.
とは、
He looked over at me, his eyes shimmering.
私の絵、描いてくれる？
Of course, I already agreed to that, dude.
ああ、
Yeah. I'll go up to my room and you can recover and I'll paint for like a month straight and I'll see you in March.
よかった。
Aw. He smiled relieved. Aw.
完成。楽しみにしてる。トアの絵、大好きだから。
I know you do.
俺が描いてる間に復活しろよ。
Yeah, I'm gonna be in my room. Sorry, I'm eating the pomegranate.
うん。
I reached out and lightly pinched his nose.
もう一つの約束もな。
If you know what I mean.
あ、
When he caught my drift, he blushed bright red and nodded happily. Aw.
うん。
Oh, happy Ray makes me happy. All this time. He always saw me for who I was. Oh, that's so sweet. You accepted me. Warts and all. Aww. It was that selfless gesture that truly healed me. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you so much. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh, I love that. That was so cute. That was nice. After that, I spent the next month straight painting Ray. Hey, I was right. See you in March. His the euphoric episodes, his death matches and money matches. I condensed every side of Ray I'd ever seen into the paint on the canvas. Let's see Ray's art. What does it look like? Slow damage. Oh, poor Ray. Taku was the one who told Ray about the bet I won at that resulted in Sakaki canceling the rest of the Izumi's family's debt. I was in the middle of painting at the time, so I got a message from Ray thanking me. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna let you suffer through that. You kidding me? I'm dating you now. Not gonna let that happen. As soon as I finished the painting, I got in touch with him and he rushed over. Oh, I can kind of like see a...
トア！
I looked over my shoulder at him and he ran over to me, tears in his eyes.
借金返済の話、メッセージもしたけど、本当にありがとう。
Yeah, as long as your douchebag of a dad doesn't cause more debt again, we should be good.
ああ、
俺のために勝負してくれたの？
向こうが誘ってきたからな。それに乗っただけだ。
As I mumbled, exhausted from all the painting, Ray's expression crumpled, on the verge of tears.
ありがとう。トア、
Aw.
ありがとう。
He wiped his eyes and smiled.
さあ、ヘロヘロのトアのために何か買ってこなくちゃね。
Yes, please.
酒とタバコ。
それはダメ。
He started to head for the door, then stopped and turned back.
絵はもったいないから後でゆっくり見るね。すっごく楽しみ。
Oh. I would be too. Be like, oh, it's mine? I want to know what mine looks like. I nodded slightly. He beamed and left the room. With the debt repaid, Ray was freed from the Takasato Gumi's clutches. Once the injuries he sustained during the money match had healed, he gradually returned to his jobs at Roost in the clinic. Then one afternoon, Ray's father turned up out of the blue asking to see his son. Ray was working at the clinic that day, and when he found out his dad was here, he looked conflicted. Normally he would have refused to meet with him without a second thought, but that day he reluctantly agreed. He invited his dad into the staff room where I served as a mediator. His dad bowed deeply to him and explained that when he witnessed his own son fighting tooth and nail to survive, it opened his eyes. He claimed to have seen the error of his ways and turned over a new leaf. I don't know. Meanwhile, Ray stared at the floor without saying a word. After everything his father had said and done, no one expected him to magically change his tune. I certainly didn't. I had a feeling this new leaf wouldn't last too long. But after a long silence, Ray finally looked up and said, "All right." He remained silent for the rest of the conversation, then his dad told him he'd be in touch again and left the clinic. Afterwards, when I asked Ray how he felt, he told me he wasn't sure. He said he hadn't forgiven his father and wasn't eager to see him again. I don't hate him with a passion anymore, he told me quietly. I don't know. I still don't trust him. From there, Ray slowly began to change. Gender expression gradually became more masculine over time. He still took part in death matches. These days, he no longer seemed reckless to the point of suicidal. Now he fought his battles with confidence rather than desperation. So he's still kicking ass and taking names. Then, one day, he looked me in the eyes and told me he had a favor to ask. Apparently, there was something he really wanted the two of us to do together. And when he told me what that something was, I agreed. I'm a little scared, but... Which brings us to today. Oh, we're on the mainland. Water bottle in hand, I leaned against the motorcycle parked on the side of the road. The ocean stretched before me, shining bright blue. The sky was clear and I could see its color fading faintly all the way into the horizon. It was early summer now, and the weather was getting hotter, but the salty sea breeze felt nice. Smiling, I took a sip of water and I lowered the zipper on my full-body motorcycle suit. As it turned out, Ray wanted the two of us to go on their trip together. Part of it was purely for the fun of traveling, but he also wanted me to meet other body artists around the world. In particular, there was a lot of body art events held outside of Japan, and he wanted to deepen his comprehension of the field. But he wanted to take his time touring our home country first. So we decided to start with a motorcycle road trip. So here we were on the mainland at a beach famed for its beauty. I mean, it looked pretty nice. At the moment, Ray was off asking the locals about the best restaurants in the area. According to him, asking around was a faster way than find out about hidden gems compared to searching online. That is totally true.
Doa, omatase.
I am actually kind of sad he chopped his hair off, I'm not gonna lie. I like the long hair. Some dudes just look good with long hair. But you can... Oh, he got rid of the fang piercing too. The big old bulky one. Oh, that's too bad. He still looks good though. Actually, I'm gonna be straight. He looks more feminine with the short hair than he did with the long hair. But he looks great. He crossed the street and ran up next to me. He was wearing a color variation of the same motorcycle suit. He was one who bought them for us. I tried to explain I didn't need anything fancy since I wouldn't be driving, but he insisted. At first glance, the suits looked tight and restrictive, but when I put it on, I found it surprisingly easy to move in. He told me he custom ordered them.
いい店は教えてもらえたか？
うん。海鮮が美味しい店があるんだって。この先をもう少し走ると看板が出てるって。
そうか。
ああ、腹減った。
Shouting up at the sky, he ran a hand through his much shorter hair.
ならとっとと行くぞ。
でも待って。もうちょっと海を見てからにする。
腹減ってんだろ。
少しくらい我慢できるって。
Still looks good though. I'll give him that. Laughing, he turned back to the sea. It was still early in the season, but there weren't many visitors at the beach. Just the occasional jogger or dog walker here and there. The white waves spread on the ocean's blue surface, reflecting the blinding sunlight. Ray gazed out at the peaceful scenery, then reached a hand in my direction. Aww.
なんだよ。
水ちょうだい。
I handed him the water bottle. He uncapped it and chugged it down. Sailing returned it to me.
どうは？
At the sound of my name, I looked over. He smiled.
楽しいね。
Oh, they're so sweet. Oh my gosh, she's so sweet.
急になんだ。
Oh.
だってこんな風にトアと旅行できるなんて夢にも思わなくて。
As he spoke, his gaze shifted back to the deep blue sea.
ずっとたくさん夢にも思わなかったことが連続して起きてる。だから俺今すっごく幸せだなって思って。
そうか。
もう嫌だって思って死にたくなったり、何もかも放り出してしまいたいって何度も思ったけど。
This makes me not want to do anyone else's route.
そうしなかったから今こうしてるんだって実感してる。本当に辛くて死にたかった時はさ、こんな未来があるなんて想像もできなかったし、自分が歩いていく先に何が起きてどうなるのかなんて誰にもわからない。いろんな選択をしてきっといっぱい間違えてもいて、それでも生きていくしかなくて、過去に起きた嫌なことに対してそういうこともあったから良かったなんて結果論は言いたくないし、みじんも思わないけど、少なくとも死ななくてよかったかな。俺がこうしてここにいられるのは生きているからこそだから。
そうだな。
As I gazed up at the sky, Ray looked over at me, his eyes brimming with curiosity.
トワはどう思ってる？
I thought for a moment, then looked back at him.
俺は別に過去がどうとか思ったことはない。けど、新小海の路地裏で泥酔して倒れてるようなやつが、こんな青空の下で海を眺めてるってのは、俺も予想してなかったな。
Oh, they're just so sweet. Oh, at this he grinned from ear to ear. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, they match. Oh, they're so cute. Then he planted a quick kiss on my cheek. Aww. I shot him a sidelong glance and found him beaming happily.
これからもっともっと幸せになろうね。
Aww. Oh, that was so cute. That was good. They're cute. That was a good happy ending. I'm afraid to look at the insanity ending, but we're gonna do it. Partway through, Ray looked like he was disappointed. Maybe I made a mistake somewhere. Uh-oh. After that, Ray went on to win his money match. But he had asked Kaki to let him keep fighting even after the debt was repaid. Uh-oh. When I heard about it from Sakaki, I immediately tried to ask Ray about it. I don't want to see the ending. I don't want to see this. He looked at me stoically and said, I just can't stop. Oh. After his money match wounds healed enough for him to walk, he went back home. And a few days later, Takunosa had vanished from my apartment in the middle of a painting. Oh no! No! I already know he kidnapped us. No! Normally, I'd never ever leave my place when I was painting. When he came to check on me and found that I was gone, he figured I'd be back eventually. No! A day went by, then 2, then 3, and at that point, Taku got worried and went looking for me. After a week of no luck, he noticed he couldn't get a hold of Ray either. So where had we gone? All I could do was search frantically for any sign of us. Oh no. No, I hate these bad endings. I hate them. Oh god. What did I get myself into? Okay. Let's do this. I opened my eye. Apparently I'd fallen asleep. Well, this is a different room. I blinked a few times and raised my head. The room was dark. Evidently he wasn't home yet. As I shifted my weight, the bed creaked. It was too large for one person, but nevertheless, I lay alone under the silky sheets. Then my foot brushed a rolled-up blanket. I looked over at the digital clock on the bedside table, 2 a.m. It was bound to be home any minute now. I sat up and reached for my cigs. I am so scared, okay? I'm so scared. I hate these endings. Okay, I put one between my lips and lit it. The smoke slowly rose like it was being sucked up by the darkness. As I sat there, one leg bent, zoning out, having a smoke, I heard the front door open. Ooh, I do like those sheets, though. Then the lights clicked on. Nothing too bright, though, just the mood lighting. Well, hello. I love his long hair. I am so disappointed that he cut it off. I mean, he looked fine with it short, but I love the long hair on him. And walked Ray, smiling faintly beneath the blue light.
Tadaima.
He walked over to the bed, cupped my cheek, and pecked me on the lips. I accepted it in silence, then took another drag.
今日も勝ったよ。
I can see that. Holy crap, I have so much... What is going on with me?
余裕だった。あくびが出そうなくらい。
He's got some lovely scars, too. I was only half listening. Then he snatched my cigarette and crushed it in the ashtray on the bedside table.
こっち見て。
Sailing pale smoke, I turned my face in his direction. He beamed and sat down on the edge of the bed and cupped my face in both his hands.
あんなに嫌だったマネーマッチだけど、もうすっかり慣れちゃった。
I could tell.
儲かるから、永遠に不自由のない暮らしをさせてあげられるし、全然いいんだけど。
You look kinda dead inside there, Ray.
最近は戦いながら、誰か俺を殺せるやつがいないかなって思ってる。
Well, when you get old enough, eventually you will. Just then, he pressed his forehead to mine.
でも、俺を殺せるのはトワだけだよ。トワしかいない。
I'm scared. Oh my gosh. My hair has grown so long. I'm gonna put this on auto and just let it play out because I'm terrified. So I'll see you guys in a bit.
いつ見ても綺麗だね。俺がつけた俺だけの証。童話好きだよ。ずっと俺のそばにいて俺を受け入れてとは。
Oh my gosh, that was so bad. Don't need to change myself. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. Oh, I hated that. I hated that so much. Oh. I thought the eye socket. Ah, the eye socket. Oh my gosh. I hated that. Oh. Hi. Hello, baby Kotarou. Haven't seen you in a while. Let's go.
ポジティブ。
Let's go.
あ
He offered to hook up, so let's go. I mean, at least Toa knows what he's getting into with Kotarou. Where to? Grab a drink. Sounds good. Okay, so.
さて、行くか。発散しによ。
Okay,
あ
let's do it.
何気に久しぶりじゃね？
Yeah. His burly arm wrapped around my waist, forcing me along. I will disappear for this one too. So he guided me into the bar bathroom. Oh, lovely. Just reeks of piss and yeah. I'm adios. I'm out. Jeez, Stella. Damn. Yep. That you did. Oh, should I disappear again? So you can have a moment alone? I guess I will. Okay, I'll be back. Dude, looking like a femme fatale right here. Holy cow. You're looking fantastic, Toa. You're looking great. Femme fatale all the way. I don't know what the male version of that is, but... That took a long drag and slowly exhaled. Fuzzy white trail rose up overhead and faded away. Frankly, I sat there and watched it go. Damn, dude. Had a good time with Kotarou. Holy crap. Jeez. Oh. Well, that was better than bad ending. I honestly jumped every time he smashed his head against the door. It's like, ah! Ah! But yeah, that was good. I like that one. Bathrooms, guys, don't do that. Always do prep work first. You don't want to hurt yourself really badly. Don't do that. don't hurt yourself. That would be really bad. Yeah, and don't do it in dirty bathrooms. That's disgusting. You know how much like feces and piss is everywhere, and just diseases. Just don't do it in there. That's disgusting. It's really gross. Plus, it smells bad. Ugh. If you're gonna do it in the bathroom, do it in your own bathroom. Not some gross public toilet. It's disgusting. Well. But anyway. So we got all of Ray's endings, and we got Kotarou's ending. I really like this game. It is very dark. It's a very mature game. Even it made me a little squeamish. In the bad ending, it made me squeamish anyway. That's the only time it really made me squeamish. Well, the first time he ripped the stitches, that caught me off guard, but I got used to it. I actually quite enjoy the noise now. I don't know what this says about me, but oh my gosh, I love this game. I love the company. I hope they come out with more games in the future. More good games in the future anyway. Because they have a lot of games. I just haven't really looked at them. The one that I knew most of was Grammatical Murder. And I love that game. That game is all over 10 years old now, I want to say. And that one's on Steam. I don't know if it's like the censored version or not. This one's great. It's not on Steam. You'll have to actually go to the actual website to buy it. But because it is a mature game, guys, careful. But yeah, I love this game. This game is great. The voice acting was great. I like the artwork. Did not like how Ray chopped his hair off. I should have kept it long. He looked great with long hair. But I understand that they were trying to show that he is changing as a person and all that jazz. So I did like that. Bad endings were just as screwed up as I'd expected. I will go through them to 100% this game, but I probably put it on auto and walk away because oh, the eye socket. Just so gross. Anyway, Kotarou is interesting. I know Eiji will never sleep with us, so I don't think he's gonna have an ending. And then I guess I could do Mayu. I guess Mayu would have an ending. I don't know how that would happen, but... And there should be 3 other guys. So Taku, I think that lawyer we met briefly at Sakaki's. And then someone I don't think we met. Vampire guy. Guess he's another ending. I don't think we ever met him though. So yeah. If you guys want to see any more of these routes, I'd be happy to do it. Unless, of course, YouTube is very much against it, so that would very much deter me from uploading these. And hey, maybe eventually, if I ever do a Patreon, not saying I will, I'll have the unedited versions, or uncensored, I should say, versions So you can have all the little fun tidbits. But I might not ever do that, so don't get your hopes up. Anyway, I had fun. Yeah, go to Just USA, their official website. You can buy the game or download it. I think the physicals are sold out. Anyway, if they've, yeah. So I love this game. Support. We need more good games like this, especially in this sphere of type of game. We need more good games like this. So yeah. Anyway, so I stopped droning on. I hope you lovelies have a good week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.